Without this one person, you might not be watching this video right now. No Facebook, no Google, no YouTube, no TikTok, no endless rabbit holes of links that take you anywhere in the world. His name is Tim Berners-Lee, and he gave us the World Wide Web. Hey Steppers, welcome to English Step Fluent. This video will tell the story of the man who changed the world, Tim Berners-Lee. In the late 1980s, Tim worked at CERN in Switzerland, a huge science laboratory where thousands of researchers from many countries tried to share information. They had computers, they had networks, but their work lived in different places and in different formats. Some files were on mainframes, some on personal computers, some behind special logins, and many were saved in formats that other systems could not read. Finding a single document felt like searching for a book in a library with no shelves, no catalog, and no labels. Tim had a simple dream. What if any person, anywhere, could click a link and jump to information instantly, no matter what computer stored it? What if the world's knowledge could be stitched together by connections, like a web? He began to build the pieces. First, a simple language to structure pages so any computer could display them. He called it HTML. Headings, paragraphs, links. Not fancy, just clear. Then, a basic rule for how a browser asks a server for a page and how the server replies. That rule was HTTP. He also created a universal way to address anything on the network so you always knew how to find it. That was the URL. Alongside those, he wrote the first web server to send pages and the first web browser to read and even edit them. By 1990, the first versions were running. In 1991, the first website went live. It explained what the web was and how to make your own page. In other words, the web taught people how to grow the web. The seed contained instructions for the tree. Here is the decision that changed history. Tim and CERN did not charge money for these core ideas. No royalty, no license fee. The standards were open so anyone could build a browser, a website, or a tool. That one-choice openness let the web spread to classrooms, homes, garages, and dorm rooms all over the planet. It allowed a teenager to publish a page from a bedroom, a professor to share a paper with the world, a small shop to sell to someone thousands of miles away. The web was not a private garden. It was a public park. People often mix up two words, so let's keep it simple. The internet is the global network of connected computers, the roads. The web is the system of linked pages, addresses, and browsers that runs on those roads, the signs, the maps, and the destinations. Tim did not build every road. He gave us the maps and signs that turn those roads into a world you and I can travel with a click. Think about your daily life. You search for answers in seconds. You study online, sometimes with teachers and classmates from other countries. You shop without leaving your house. You watch videos, read the news, share photos, check maps, order food, book tickets, pay bills, and talk to friends across oceans. All of this depends on the web's simple idea. Link everything with universal addresses and open rules so anyone can connect and publish. Remove that idea, and your phone becomes a collection of isolated islands. Harder to find things, harder to share, slower for innovation. The web made the digital world public, linkable, and searchable. Early demos of the web looked almost boring. A page with text and blue underlined words. But you click and suddenly you jump to another page anywhere in the world. No special setup. No please install this pop-up. It felt like magic. It was the magic of simplicity. From that seed, new browsers arrived. Mosaic, Netscape, Internet Explorer, later Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge. Millions of websites followed. Then search engines helped us find anything. Then webmail. Then streaming. Then social media. A straight line connects Tim's first page to the site you are on right now. Behind the code, Tim pushed for values, open standards so no single company owns the web. Interoperability, so different tools work together. Net neutrality, so your access is not throttled because of who you are or what site you visit. Privacy and user control, so the web serves people, not just platforms. He helped found the World Wide Web Consortium, where companies, researchers, and developers sit together to agree on how the web should evolve. That is why, despite competition and corporate battles, the web still mostly works the same across different browsers and devices. You can publish once and be seen everywhere. There is a common question. Wouldn't someone else have invented it? Maybe, but the shape of the web open, simple, and free came from Tim's choices. A different inventor might have kept it inside one company, charged money, or locked it behind patents. That would have changed how fast the web grew and who could participate. Sometimes history turns on small decisions made by a single person at the right moment. Tim himself was not chasing fame or fortune. He did not build a giant social network. He did not become a billionaire. He gave away a foundation that others later used to build giants. That takes a different kind of courage. The courage to build something for everyone and then let the world run with it. He was knighted in the United Kingdom for his services to the global development of the Internet. But even with honors, he kept his eyes on the mission. Keep the web for all. Of course, the web faces new problems. Misinformation spreads fast. Personal data gets collected and sold. A few platforms hold enormous power over what we see. Algorithms shape attention. Tim continues to speak about these issues. He works on ideas like Solid, which aims to give people personal data pods so they control their own information and choose which apps can use it. The idea is both old and new. Make the web user-centric again. Make it work for people first. So, what can you learn from this story? Start with a real problem. At CERN, sharing knowledge was hard. Propose a simple solution. HTML, HTTP, and the URL were small building blocks with huge impact. Make it open so people can join, improve, and scale it beyond what you could do alone. Think long-term and protect the values, not just the features. You do not need something complicated to change the world. You need something useful, clear, and open, and the courage to share it. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the world without Tim's idea. No www, no universal links, no open pages that anyone can publish. Maybe the digital world becomes many closed islands, each owned by a different company. To move from one island to another, you pay a fee or you need permission. Creativity slows. New voices are harder to hear. Opportunity shrinks. The web broke those walls. One person's simple idea created one big public space. Tim Berners-Lee once looked at a messy maze of information and saw a pattern that could be woven into a web. He did not build the flashiest product. He built the quiet rules that everybody could use. Because the rules were simple and free, the web spread faster than anyone expected. Because the rules were open, the web stayed bigger than any one company. And because the rules were universal, the web turned billions of separate pages into a single connected conversation. Next time you type a URL, click a link, or press play on a video, remember the person who made that flow possible. The person who decided not to lock it away. The person who chose the public road over the private gate. Tim Berners-Lee did not just create another tool. He gave us a way to connect ideas, people, and possibilities. Without him, the web as we know it might not exist. And without the web, this moment would be impossible. One idea, one open decision, billions of lives changed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson, and I'll see you in the next video.